It was $35 to apply. So I went and applied, and I'm like, okay, I could probably ask my mom for $35. So I asked her, and she's like, she didn't really get what I was doing, but like she's like, okay. She gave me her credit card, and I went and applied, and then I got a card saying that I could, a letter, sorry, saying that I could move on to the next step, and that's when it hit me, and I'm like, oh my heck, like this is happening. Like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna pay? Because for internationals, you need to pay $4,000 in advance. So like it wasn't like, oh, I'll just start and then I'll just find a job, you know. It was more like, you need to put $4,000 up front. So I told that to my parents, and they're like, yeah, how can, yeah, I'm sorry. And then I told them, Mom, Dad, if you help me find this money, I promise you that I'm gonna pay you back, because $4,000 for like Colombian pesos is a lot of money, especially for my parents too. And my parents helped me so much to find that money, and we like some credit cards here and there, and like some friends that lent them money, and my brother let me use his credit card, and we gather all the money. At the beginning, I was gonna stay with this family from this missionary that was in our ward back home, that he kind of heard my dad talking about trying to find a place for me to stay, like who can Angie stay with that can like take care of her and won't like charge us money for like having her at their house and feeding her. And so this missionary kind of heard him and was like, hey, just send them to my house. But that finally, 2 days or 3 days before my flight, he called us and he said, sorry, my family won't be able to have her anymore, so you guys kind of have to find another family. So I remember crying a lot because it was like 3 days before my flight and I didn't have a place to go. And so me and my dad and my mom went like crazy around the state trying to look for people that had family here in the US. We went to this family and we asked them, they're total strangers to me, and they said yes. So like I didn't even know the family I was gonna stay with or anything, but I was so grateful that they said yes, because it was because of them that I could. Sorry. It's because of them that I'm here, because if we wouldn't have found anyone, I wouldn't have fallen in love with this country and then wanting to come back. I started high school in New Mexico, and that was pretty hard because I didn't know English. So just trying to find friends, you know, like how do you find friends when you can't speak with anyone, right? And it was so embarrassing because I couldn't really like express myself or like be myself. And I went into my room and I grabbed my journal and I filled a page of me saying, no, I can't learn this. This is so hard, this is so hard, this is so hard, I can't. That emotion of like not being able to accomplish something and saying it to myself. But the funny part is that 2 weeks after I wrote that, I started to get it. It was like almost like Heavenly Father saying like, hey, I saw how hard you're working, and like I'm seeing that you're really trying. Hey, I'm gonna open your mouth. You're gonna be able to speak. So I tried. I would sit at the very front of every class I had, and I would raise my hand like, how do you spell that? Can you say that again? Can you repeat it for me so I can write it down? Because of that, because of me raising my hand, because of me asking so many questions, the guy who's now my husband noticed me. He's like, who's that girl who's always raising her hand, who's always asking all these questions? I want to know who she is. I was able to get my scholarship, so I didn't have to pay. I think that I grew as a person a lot here because I was put into a situation where I was alone and I had to learn something hard. Believe. Because the whole time that's all I needed to do.